If you love traveling, then you should love, adventuring? Anyways, here are 10 epic adventure anime you must watch. Let's go! Bonanza is just a regular merchant guy, but the kingdom of Clyrode summons him anyway, hoping he's secretly their chosen hero against the Dark Army. Turns out his stats are garbage, so they ship him off to die in a monster-infested forest instead. But the second the guy levels up, just once, he suddenly has limitless world-breaking power he has no clue what to do with. He renames himself Fleo, tries to live a quiet life, and immediately gets tangled up with a wolf demon girl named Fenris.
このフェンリース様に噛み砕かれて後悔なさい。まさかガロー族。
This one's a comfy watch through and through. I know people say it's generic, but the thing is, there has been so many bad isekai anime, an average one is gonna look like a masterpiece. Fleo's whole I just wanna live quietly attitude is funny, because the dude is also secretly capable of leveling entire armies. There's also some good world building here, because the world keeps adding new faces around him without it ever feeling like a forced harem.
すべての空間に満ちる沈黙者よ。我が言葉なくして力はあらず。消失のための光を定義せよ。
Prince Oscar of Farsas got cursed as a kid. Any woman who has his child dies, which is a pretty rough problem for a guy who's supposed to produce an heir someday. So he climbs the tower of Tinashe, the witch of the Azure Moon, hoping she can break it. She can't, not quickly anyway, so Oscar does the most Oscar thing possible and just asks Tinashe to marry him instead, since her magic is strong enough to survive it. She says, no bruh, why would I? But agrees to a 1-year contract guarding him.
すまなかった。
This one hooked me with the setup alone. Come on, we got romantic progression in the first episode itself. We have a prince who casually proposes to the strongest witch alive because it's the most logical solution to his curse. Tinashe's reluctant bodyguard energy makes their dynamic fun to watch unfold, and the deeper you get, the more the witch lore and centuries-old mysteries pull you in. There are 2 seasons out, so give it a go.
もちろん刮目してご覧なさい。
Oh yeah, time for a banger. In this world, being a hero isn't an honor, it's a punishment reserved for the worst criminals. Get sentenced, and you're thrown onto the front lines against a Demon King's army, and even dying won't get you out of it. You just get revived and sent back in. Xylo Forbarts, a wrongly convicted former knight, ends up leading one of these penal units until he runs into Terrorita, a goddess-turned weapon who picks him, of all people, to be her knight. I went in expecting another grim dark fantasy and came out genuinely hyped. Xylo leading a unit of convicted criminals into demon-infested war zones already sounds brutal, but the second Terrorita shows up, the whole show levels up. The animation is gorgeous, the action hits hard, and the mystery behind why Xylo was really sentenced makes this show a 5 out of 5.
忍術が見たいと言ってたな。
Speaking of leading deadly criminals, next we have my boy Gabimaru the Hollow. Dude is the deadliest ninja in his clan, and also impossible to kill. So Executioner Yamada Asemon Sagiri offers him a deal. Retrieve the elixir of life from the island of Shinisenko and earn his pardon. Problem is, no one who's ever gone to that island has come back. So Gabimaru, Sagiri, and a boatload of fellow death row convicts set sail anyway, because what other choice do they have?
忍法火の橋。 忍法怒りつぶて。
Hell's Paradise throws you straight into the deep end, and I loved every second of it. It's like a reverse Prison Break mixed in with some cool anime fights. Mappa went all out on the visuals here, especially during the fight scenes, and the mystery of what's actually living on Shinsenko kept me guessing way longer than I expected. Gabimaru is also the best boy, the guy who would go to hell and come back just to see his wife, and that, my fellas, is some strong dedication.
これ。
スライムの内臓の干物。
うわ、美味しい。
スライムってこういう風に食べるんですね。
This anime cooks hard. No, I mean, it's literally about cooking. Leos and his party get wrecked by a dragon early into a dungeon run, and in the chaos, his sister Fallen ends up eaten alive, trapped somewhere deep inside. Broke, desperate, and with zero time to waste, the surviving party can't afford normal supplies for a rescue mission. So they land on the only logical solution: cook and eat the monsters they kill along the way down.
これ美味しい。硫黄土型はみずみずしくて甘みがある。消化型は詰まっていて味が濃い。
Yep, that's the plot of the entire show, and somehow it works. But there are a couple of things that it does well too. One, the world feels like someone actually played tabletop games and built a whole story around it. Two, the food angle never feels gimmicky. It's tied straight into the world building and the character survival. And three, don't watch this anime at night because it's gonna make you hungry.
収束せよタルタロス界がオルトラス。
Enough with Best Boys. Time for Best Girl Seleucia. On a war-torn continent ruled by power-hungry lords fighting over magical artifacts called crests, Mage Seleucia forces a contract onto a wandering knight named Theo, who actually wants to fix the mess instead of profiting from it. Together, they start uniting factions, taking down corrupt lords, and trying to drag an entire continent out of centuries of chaos.
君以外でお願いできるかな。
私はすでに契約が決まった身にもかかわらず私をお望みとは。
This is like playing Mount and Bannerlord, which is one of my favorite games and you should definitely play. Anyway, if you know it, you know what this has. Gathering armies, secret politics, betrayals, and even some good fights. Every episode brings a new battle, a new alliance, or some new political maneuvering, so there's not much dull stuff. Theo and Seleucia's partnership is also a great hook too, and later becomes a romance too. So if you want some adventure romance with politics, give this a go.
素晴らしい。こいつはどうだ。ほいほい。
Time for another Wit Studio masterpiece. Boji is the firstborn prince of the kingdom, and also tiny, deaf, and dismissed by everyone around him as the useless prince. When his father dies, the court votes to hand the throne to his younger, more capable-looking half-brother instead. Refusing to just accept that, Boji sets out on a journey to actually become strong alongside Cage, a survivor of a wiped-out assassin clan who's somehow the only person who understands him. Yes, I know the art style's gonna kick you off if you came here after watching Demon Slayer, but man, you should give this a shot. Boji might be one of the most lovable protagonists I've seen in anime. Watching him get underestimated over and over, then proving exactly why he shouldn't be, hits every single time. Every character in this show, even the ones who look like straightforward villains at first, end up way more layered than you'd expect. And don't forget the animation. Wit Studio cooks the same way they cooked back in Attack on Titan Season 1.
レグ逃げて。そいつ玉うがちだ。レグ相手にしちゃダメ。
Time for an underrated gem. Riko is the daughter of the most legendary explorer in the Abyss has ever seen. A massive, ancient pit packed with treasure, monsters, and a curse that gets worse the deeper you go and tries to kill you on the way back up. When she finds Reg, an amnesiac robot boy buried at the bottom, the two decide to descend together, chasing both her mother's legacy and whatever Reg actually is. That cute art style is doing some serious misdirection, because when this show gets dark, trust me, it's gonna get real dark. And if you love shows like Full Metal Alchemist or Frieren, you are definitely going to love it. It might not be that same vibe, but it has great characters and even greater world building. Riko and Reg's bond carries you through it, and the deeper these two go into the Abyss, the more incredible the world building gets.
あの兄ちゃん化け物見てね。
Hayakimaru was born without limbs, organs, eyes, or a voice, sacrificed piece by piece before he even took his first breath, because his father made a pact trading his son's body for the prosperity of his lands. Raised by a doctor who built him a working prosthetic body, Hayakimaru set out to hunt down each of the 12 demons holding a piece of him. Picks up a scrappy little thief named Bororo along for the ride.
穴蔵から出てきたもんが鬼だったってことにならねえようにしなよ。
And and this one old manga and something that should stand along the levels of Berserk and Vagabond. Mappa nailed the tone here. You get some really fluid animation paired with genuinely heavy themes about sacrifice, what people are willing to do for power. Watching Akiyamaru regain pieces of himself, body and personality both, while Dororo keeps him grounded, is one of the most satisfying character arcs in anime. Oh, and this is one complete season, so you don't have to go ask Google, hey, is there a Dororo season 2 yet?
こたびはよくぞ魔王を打ち倒した。これで世界に平和な時代が訪れよう。
And the #1 pick, and honestly it wasn't close, Frieren already finished the Defeat the Demon King adventure 10 years before the story even starts. This is what happens after an elf mage, who's lived for centuries traveling with her new apprentice Fern and the warrior Stark, slowly realizing just how much of her old hero's party she let slip by without really seeing them, all while she tries to keep one last promise.
お前を殺す者がいるとすれば、それは魔王か。人間の魔法使いだ。
Oh, come on. You should have seen this coming 10 years away. Frieren flips the whole save the world formula by showing you what happens after, and it does it so well, you are left with wondering about immortality and missing opportunities in life. Watching her slowly realize how much she let slip by Himmel's party while building something new with Fern and Stark is some really great story building. And it proves you don't need some 7 billion yen Sakuga animation to make a great anime. 2 seasons are out, and if you want some epic elf adventure, give this a go.